Warning, this podcast, website, and associated social media accounts are intended for audiences of legal drinking age. We do not advocate overconsumption or the abuse of alcohol. Never drink and drive, drink responsibly. And please remember to always take what we say with a grain of salt. After all, we are just some dudes with some brews.
We started out by crawling out from under the thumb of the man. The lovers of God with dad bods, just trying to feed our fam. Go sit right there and grab a beer, you know just what to do. Throw it back, get hammered, and listen to dudes and brews. That's exactly what he says, though. He goes, rock and roll all night long, sweet Susie.
Just like that?
Yeah.
Is it Robin Williams?
It's not.
Oh, okay.
You ever seen the movie Kong Pao, Enter the Fist?
Yeah.
It's one of the dumb lines from like that Asian guy.
You know what? I actually have not seen the whole movie. I've just seen some parts so many times.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, it's so dumb, but so funny.
It is so stupid.
So funny to me.
Yeah.
Like, oh, squeaky shoes. And you just hear squeak.
I showed the girls some scenes from it.
Yeah.
It's so stupid. Like the one with the chipmunk numchucks.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's chipmunk. What is it? Like a gerbil or something?
Something like that.
Yeah, I showed them that scene in like another one. Just some iconic things. Like
the funniest scene to me is literally it's just some like it doesn't go with the storyline, nothing. It's just a random scene where it cuts to a guy that's standing on this hill, and he's just swinging a chain, and then you hear him saying, "Swinging a chain, swinging a chain,"
and it didn't have anything to do with
nothing.
anything.
It doesn't have anything to do with anything.
Does he show back up at all?
I mean, I don't
Doesn't matter.
recall, but
he
yeah,
swung the chain.
Yeah.
I know. It's
Those
just making
dumb
fun
stuff
of
like that.
stereotypes of like
Yes.
someone swinging a chain in the distance.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
So we have to settle a can you get behind that? Because last week we kind of left it on a cliffhanger where you didn't know if you could get behind a peanut butter and jelly grilled cheese.
So sorry, my throat.
This guy's dying.
I'm dying here,
He's
bro.
dying.
I don't even remember leaving it on a cliffhanger. How did it end?
So you were basically like, I don't know.
I don't know if I can get behind it.
I don't know if I can or not. Right now, I'm gonna say I can't because I've never had it. It doesn't sound good.
Okay, I got you. Now I'm remembering.
Kind of something similar.
I will
to that.
tell you though, since I've been sitting here smelling it, I don't know if I can get behind it.
Oh no!
Like I smell the grilled cheeseness, but then it smells off.
Okay.
And then once you told me it was the peanut butter, I'm like, oh, that's what I'm smelling.
Okay.
So
well,
I'm gonna try it.
Let's grab a slice. Slide it over here so I can see it.
All right, let's see.
Grab a slice.
Boom.
We'll see what's up.
Cheers.
Yeah.
And then you put the burnt side down. You did like I do with my kids.
I mean, it was
you gotta hide it.
It was a little bit more crispy on that side.
You gotta hide
That's
it.
been sitting for a minute. It was crispy at one point.
It's definitely peanut butter forward.
So I did grape jelly. I don't normally do grape jelly. The cheese.
I forgot jelly was on it.
Maybe I should have done like I did a medium cheddar. I think I should have done a mild cheddar.
I don't think the cheese is bad. Overall, it's not bad. I think if it was fresh, like you said, it wasn't sitting out. If it was fresh, it'd probably be a lot better.
Yeah, I don't do grape jelly that often.
Yeah, it's like the jelly part of the toast is a little soggy.
I mean,
it's
it's
all
not
right.
bad, but it's not great.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's like get behind it in what sense?
Can you get behind it?
Starving?
I'm gonna say no. I can't get behind it because I would never make this again. I mean, if somebody were to offer it to me, I probably wouldn't say no, but I would never go out of my way to make it.
I would never mention it to anybody. I wouldn't be like, dude, you got to try peanut butter and jelly.
Not at all.
Grilled cheese.
And if I'm not talking about it, then I can't get behind it, apparently.
Forget about it. Hey, look, I split this in half for us, too.
Appreciate you.
Half sandwich.
You gotta wash it down, though.
Yeah, definitely. Let's wash it down with one of these Longhorns.
I mean, I'm not saying that it was bad. It's not bad, but it's not grand.
Nah. So I think it's settled then. It's no more cliffhanger. Say no to the grilled cheese.
It's not about that life.
Not about it.
So Lonesome. So this is from Denton County. We went out to Denton last weekend. Mm-hmm. What were your impressions of, I'm going to say, the Denton County or Denton, not brewery tour, but like pub tour?
Pub tour. Yeah.
Pub
Nightlife.
crawl, whatever.
Overall, I think Denton's it's a really cool city. I've been to Denton a lot, and I've never really thought it was that cool of a city, but their nightlife was really cool. I like how you can walk around to all the establishments.
Yeah.
Their downtown is beautiful. This place right here was really cool, this Denton County, that we spent more time there.
The best place there, for
yeah,
sure.
it's the best place. And it's not like there was even a lot of people there. There's only a few people there, actually.
No, and it was on a Friday night.
Yeah, now I think about it, that was probably one of the least busy places.
Yeah.
And it was legit.
And I wonder, because, like, Eastside was busy, but it's massive. And there's food.
Eastside's the place with all the food.
Yeah,
The outdoor
with the
garden.
food trucks. Yeah. So that place was busy, but they also do liquor, so maybe that's the reason why. I don't know. Like, as a college kid, do you want liquor or do you want beer?
If college kids probably want beer, unless they're at some kind of party or something. When I looked around, though, it wasn't a lot of college kids. There were college kids, but there were families, too. Like, that was the only place I saw families, was that outdoor
Was it
place.
Eastside?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I mean,
So-
there's food, so it's...
Yeah. Seems like the place that just the Denton folks go to.
Right.
Yeah. I can get behind it.
Yeah.
I can get behind that place. I can get behind Denton County. Beer's really good.
Yeah, this was a Kolsch, right? I think that's what they told me. I don't think it... Did it say it on the can?
It tastes like a Kolsch.
I don't see it on the can, which makes me wonder.
It's tasting like a Kolsch. I mean, and the clarity and stuff on it, I'm going to say Kolsch.
Kolsch. We're playing the blind game, and it's a Kolsch.
Yeah. It's definitely not an ale, like a pale ale or an IPA.
Oh, no, not at all. Not at all. Let's just look it up.
Right. Lonesome. It's got a lonesome cow on the front of it. Oh, no, it's a lonesome cowboy.
Oh, it's the cowboy that's lonesome.
The cowboy's lonesome. That Longhorn's looking lonesome. I think it's also just a play on words for like the Lone Star State.
Well, that's what I was thinking. Why wouldn't they just call it Lone Star? But there is Lone Star beer already,
Yeah.
and it's not any good. Yeah, so it's a
I don't think
Kolsch.
I've ever had a Lone Star beer.
I think I've had it once.
Yeah, they're pretty mainstream.
I mean, I'm sure you've had it.
Maybe. I can't think of even what it tastes like.
But yeah, you've
Maybe.
seen
I don't know
this.
if I've ever actually. I can't picture myself holding that,
Really?
and I never would buy that.
Oh, I've never bought it. Like Charlie would drink it. My brother-in-law would drink it sometimes, and I tried it, and I was like, yeah, this is trash. Let me go back to something craft.
Yeah.
Like, it's basically the mentality. I do like that they sell baseball jerseys.
Those baseball
though.
jerseys are pretty cool. You gotta admit.
Like, maybe with a different logo, but the idea is awesome. Breweries need to do that.
What's the brewery called? Is it just Lone Star?
I'm sure they're owned by like a.
Yeah, Lone Star Brewing Company.
Oh yeah.
And then their beer is called Lone Star Beer.
Oh, it's by Pabst Brewing.
Oh, it's Pabst. Huh.
So Pabst Brewing owns Lone Star Brewing.
But it's still Lone Star Brewing.
Yeah.
And it's called Lone Star Beer.
Yeah, I mean,
They don't
why
have a
would you
lot.
make it any different?
I mean, maybe because they want a second or third kind of beer.
This is the Well, it's like, it makes me think of like Shiner. When you hear Shiner, what's the first thing that comes to mind? Shiner Bock.
And we had that conversation, and then we realized the brewery's not even called Shiner.
It's like Spetzel or
Yeah,
something.
it was like mind-blowing. But then they
Yeah.
call all their beers Shiner this, Shiner
Right.
that. So
So if they wanted to branch out, it'd just be Lone Star Light.
yeah.
Lone Star
Wheat.
Kolsch. Yeah, wheat. Just put the name,
Yeah.
the style of the beer after the
I don't
name.
think they're going to branch out, though. I think they're keeping it simple.
They got a certain demographic, and I mean, even if we don't drink it, you've at least heard of it.
Yeah, and those old cowboys stick to their beer. That's like an old cowboy beer right there.
That is a thing that, like, the older generation, they find a beer they like, and that's all they drink.
Yeah.
Like, growing up, my dad drank nothing but Coors Light. Like, there's a couple of old men, like dads of, like, friends that I remember them only drinking Miller Lite.
Yeah.
Like, nothing else.
Uh-huh.
Like, my brother's neighbor, it's Coors Original in those grenade, like, brown bottles.
Okay.
And, like, that's all he drinks. That's all
I've
his
seen
fridge
those on
has.
Yellowstone.
Oh, those Coors bottles?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's the Coors Original. And honestly, I like a Coors Original.
I used to back
I'm
in
not
the
mad at
day when I would drink like domestic beers like that. Coors Original, I would drink.
Yeah, the little stubby bottles though.
They called them something different on. They
Banquet.
had like a clever like quippy name for it on Yellowstone.
Well, yeah.
I wish I remember what they were called, like Yellow Jackets or
But
something.
doesn't
I think
this
they're
look-
called Yellow Jackets, something like that.
Yellow Jackets.
They had a name for it, and I'm like, oh, I bet it's because they always drink Coors Original. Yeah, Yellowstone beer. It's gonna for sure be Coors. Yeah. Yellow Jackets. Yeah, they're called Yellow Jackets.
Yeah,
I've never heard that before. except
yeah,
on
I
the
never
show.
heard it. Like, we just call it Coors O. And like, if there's a place that does like craft beer and like for instance, if we go to the Horse's Axe,
Yeah.
like me and some of the guys from the club, if we go up there, we're like, yeah, we can spend the extra money and get a craft beer, but honestly, Coors O is just as we'll just drink this and save a little bit of money and just get a bucket of Coors O and play some pool.
Nice.
Like, no big deal. Like, I don't mind doing that. It's light enough. It's got enough craftiness to it that I'm okay with it.
You spent so many years hating on domestic beers,
I
and then
did.
you just admitted that you secretly do it.
No, I don't do it in secret.
yeah,
But
you're like, no one's looking.
No,
You
but
know,
like-
play
like-
some pool.
what beer did we have the other day? I tried something like Modelo has a new like low carb, like,
Modelo's good though.
but they're low carb. I'm like, I would never drink this again. I would never buy this or drink it ever again. It's like their new low carb. It's like their new Michelob Ultra equivalents. And I'm like, this is trash. Like, I would never drink this.
Yeah,
I'm like, so some of those light beers, I'm like, I wouldn't drink them. But I might like a Budweiser. I've never had one.
yeah.
If I like a Coors O, I'm assuming a Budweiser is the equivalent, right?
They're so different. They actually have a unique taste. Like I can picture Coors Original taste, and
Really?
it's different than any other domestic beer.
Okay.
Budweiser is almost like that beer taste when you taste beer.
Okay.
Like let's say you drink like a Keystone or something with some bite.
And the bite is really just coming from the carbonation.
Yeah, it's like that bitey beer taste. Budweiser, it like maximizes that taste.
Yeah.
That's like the most bite tasting domestic beer. It's
Right.
weird. Coors Original kind of has like a smoothness to it.
Yeah.
It's like a different, I can't even explain it.
It's not bad. So, I would say Denton County Brewing is the place to go.
Yeah, it's nice.
There were some other places that were nice. They just had different vibes. Like we checked out Oak Street Draft House. The Euro's great. The outdoor patio is okay, I guess. It's just an outdoor patio, but it's an old Victorian house. It's been turned
Super
into a
cool.
tap house.
It's super cool. It's legitimately old school Victorian house.
Yeah,
Like a historical marker
for sure.
turned into it's like when you go into an old Victorian house, you have your like foyer. How do you say it?
Foyer.
Foyer. You have your foyer.
Yeah,
It sounds
French
weird.
it up, dirt.
Foyer. You have your foyer. And then right past the foyer would be like your dining room.
Yeah.
And they turned that dining room into like a bar. That's
Yeah.
where all your beers are on tap.
Yep.
And then you're supposed to go through there to go to a kitchen. Like I've been to this Victorian house before. Like I imagine exactly the layout. The kitchen's right
Yeah.
past it, and then you got your living room and your second hangout living room, like classic Victorian house. But yeah, it was weird because all things looked very old school Victorian, except they just planted a little bar in there.
Yeah. Did you notice that the bar was made out of like old Victorian style doors
I didn't even notice
on the
that.
front of the bar?
Oh, I didn't notice
Oh,
that.
really? Yeah. That place is just cool, and they got a lot of beers on tap, so it's a
had a
nice place to
bunch.
go. So I mean, I liked that place, but everywhere we went had a bunch of beers on tap.
That's cool. That picture on the left with the wagon, that's really cool.
Yeah, you got the UNT flag.
Is that what that green flag is?
Yeah, because they're the mean green,
Oh.
which is green. So they have
shows how disconnected I am from stuff. Oh, there it is right there.
Yep.
So that would be like your normal dining room area, and then you could see that door is open, and there's the kitchen right there.
Yeah, it goes back to like bathrooms. I think now they renovated it and did some bathrooms, but yeah, everywhere we went had a good beer selection.
They
I
had
thought.
tons of beer.
Yeah.
Tons of beer for sure to choose from.
Like East Side was honestly both times I've been, I'm like, this place is a little overwhelming.
Yeah, and even though they had a great beer selection, there wasn't a lot of them that I was really feeling in that moment.
Well, also because like They had a lot of variety, but I'm like, I don't want half of these beers because they're porters and stouts.
Yeah, they did have a lot of porters and stouts.
Which is fine. It's just like during this time of the year, I'm not about that
right.
right
Most
now.
of the times I go and there's no porters or stouts.
Right.
They had so many.
Yeah, and I'm like, I'm not about that right now.
I know. I was honestly looking for like 5-6% alcohol, and there wasn't that many. And I ended up getting a Denison beer.
Right.
So in Denton, I'm like, let's just go with the say win.
Well, when you're
what I know.
doing I'm gonna call it a pub crawl for the namesake. You want to pace yourself. You don't want everything to be 6 or 8%. So it's
I don't want my ears to be hot.
Right.
And be red ears. And
it's like I don't want an aluminum cowboy everywhere I go.
Right.
Dude, I gotta
Aluminum
put a
Cowboy was
disclaimer
good.
at the bottom of this damn episode with you're just grunting and
Sorry. Yeah, you're right. You're right. I need to just deal with it and then just start talking like this if I need to.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going to do.
No, I'm just giving you a hard time.
No, seriously.
But yes, I mean, you can only drink the same light lager like so many times before you're like, I want to mix it up a little bit.
Yeah.
If I'm going to go to a different place, I want a different beer.
100%. That was the point of doing the crawl.
So what was your favorite location?
I mean, when it comes to just being like in awe of the location, I would say this Victorian house.
Yeah.
But we didn't spend a lot of time there. The place that the brewery I liked a lot would be Denton County. I'd go back there.
For sure.
It's like it's a nice establishment. It's clean. They had really cool, like even their darts, how they had a dart set up inside that shipping container. That was really
Right.
cool. And they had
it
cheap
was
beer
really
and
hot.
good beer.
I don't know.
It was a little hot.
I
There
don't know
wasn't a lot
if
of
it was cool,
airflow.
but-
Yeah. I can imagine in summertime you don't hang out in that shipping container.
No.
Yeah, I bet that gets
because
hot.
it doesn't get airflow at all.
Yeah.
I mean, there's air conditioning obviously in the place, but it doesn't flow into there very well. Yeah.
They didn't think of that when they put it in.
But that is where I would say, hey, it was either East Side or Denton County brewery that I enjoyed the most. Denton County because of I like playing bar games. There's just something about playing bar games while you're BSing and drinking beer.
Yeah.
But Eastside did have food, which is a plus.
Yeah.
They had a nice food truck selection. It did seem like it was all like pretty trash, like just finger foods.
Yeah. Asian foods. A lot of them. There's like 2 Asian foods.
I mean, we had like an Asian American fusion, I guess. We had like egg rolls that were pizza.
Yeah. So that's why I said 3. So here's the setup: 2 Asian food trucks, 1 munchie truck, and the munchie truck is where you went, where
Yeah.
it was like Asian food with pizza.
Yeah.
And then 1 like diet hipster like vegetable truck
Yeah, which I mean, when I went there last, like somebody had like a noodle bowl and they said it was good.
from the vegetable place.
Yeah, from
it's
the
like health foods,
frozen carrot
Yeah.
or whatever it's called.
Yeah, so
fluffy
you get your
carrot.
health food, you got your munchie foods. Literally, that tries to tap into that like munchie audience.
Oh yeah.
Kind of like how on 420 I got a text from Lane's Chicken
Oh, you did? Okay.
to be like, "Come get your munchies here." Like that food truck is catering to that audience.
Yeah. So, all around, go check it out. Do a pub crawl there in Denton. It's great. It's a
Yep,
great time.
check it out. The place
And
is
at
awesome.
least from Sherman, it's the same distance as it is to go to Dallas.
Yeah,
About an hour drive.
Yeah, and Dallas just has so much more. It's such a huge city, but this is really cool how it is kind of smaller town. But,
yeah, because you
but
can
it has
just
a lot of cool
park
stuff.
one place and just
Yeah.
walk to multiple
awesome.
places, and we didn't even hit up everything. Brian was trying to get us to go to a burger joint at midnight. Like,
I know. I wouldn't mind doing more. We didn't go to a lot of places.
no, go again and hit up. They go. We got to make it a point to not hit the same places we hit last time.
Remember when we first started? I said, "No, let's get going. We got to get it one," because I think Brian was wanting to get a beer at the first place at Denton County. Wanted to get another one.
Yeah.
I'm like, "What are you doing? We're supposed to go around to these other places."
Right.
And then when we went back to the truck to get his snuff, we still ended up going back to Denton
Yeah, we
County.
went back to
and we
getting
ended up spending time there.
So it's all Brian's fault.
It is. I'm blaming him.
Hey, I will say that like when we went previously, we had a shuttle that brought us back and forth.
Uh-huh.
So I didn't have to worry about like getting hammered or anything. Like, who cares? I'm going back to a hotel. Let's just do our thing.
Yeah.
And we were beasting them out. We were going as quick as we could.
Oh, yeah.
Like, so if you do have like a DD or a place to stay, yeah, beast out as many as you can.
Beast out.
Beast them out.
Yeah, words of wisdom.
Yeah. But let's go ahead and get into the episode here. So, but actually, you know what? First,
Yeah, we got to talk about the beer.
Dude, it's so good. It's so
It's
drinkable.
really good. When you said let's get into it, I'm like, oh, I forgot we are on a podcast. I've been just drinking this beer over here.
Dude, it's great.
Yeah, this is
This
a great
thing
beer.
is crushable.
Yeah. I'm almost crushed mine just from this
I mean,
intro conversation.
I've got more in there. You're more than welcome to have another.
I might end
They're
up
great.
getting another one because this is, you know what? And I'm going to go ahead and throw it out there. This is medicinally fixing my throat.
Yeah.
This beer has medicinal qualities. I'm just throwing it out there.
Yep.
It might be new age science, but
It's a little bit of that bro science.
it's a little bro science, but I'm seeing results, and that's what matters.
Dude,
I can speak now.
That's
without
all we
clearing
need
my
to
throat.
see is results.
Yeah. Lonesome Kolsch clears the throat.
Yeah. Clears the throat.
Prepares you for public speaking. That's what it needs to say. Drink one before you go on stage for like you're doing some stand up. Drink this beer. It'll get you ready for stand up.
Dude, I like it. Honestly, I'm gonna give this like a 4.75. It's that good right now.
I'm with you because Kolsch are normally not my go-to beers, but this is a fine Kolsch. I would probably say this is one of the best Kolsch I've ever had.
Really? Okay.
I really like Eric's Kolsch. What is it called? The Wooten Kolsch or whatever.
Oh, he made a Kolsch? I didn't know he made a Kolsch. Nice.
Isn't that what his famous beer that he always brews? Isn't it a Kolsch?
I know he does a wit.
Oh, it's a wit. You're
Maybe he
right.
does a
It's
Kolsch as
Wooten's
well.
wit. You're right. It's not a Kolsch. Because I remember I was like, wow, this is really good because I'm not big on wits either.
Yeah.
But no, this is, yeah.
Like,
Scratch that from the record. This has nothing to do with that.
So there's a couple of Kolsch's that are really good that I like to drink. God, what's that brewery in Fredericksburg? Not Fredericksburg. Is that right? Is that down there by Austin?
I have no idea.
It's
I don't know what brewery you're talking about.
we've had it from
We have because of their like organic art on their
no,
their stuff.
I don't know. It's this one right here. It's Allstat.
Yes.
This one is phenomenal. And then
I don't remember. Which one did we have on the podcast?
we didn't have their Kolsch. We had their Oktoberfest.
Okay.
But
Yeah,
then
their
have you ever
Oktoberfest.
had this the lawnmower
I've
from
had
St. Arnold?
That's not a Kolsch, is
It
it?
is.
The lawnmower is?
Yeah, it's good. These are the two.
I like St. Arnold. They're always good. They have a good subtle taste to all their
Yeah.
beers. Nothing's too overpowering.
These are the two Kolsch's that I drink. I wouldn't say regularly, but they're the most common Kolsch's that I drink.
I would try that one because I love St. Arnold's like IPAs
yeah.
and their pale ales. They have the best pale ales.
Their lager is good.
Let me see what their lager looks
it's
like.
Maybe it's their Pilsner. It's this one right here. Nope,
Never had it.
that's not it.
It's
Not the H-Town. Hold on.
That's the Pilsner, the Houston
It's whatever this is.
H-Town.
Maybe it's their Pilsner.
That was their Pilsner.
Yeah, it's their summer pills.
Oh, their summer pills.
This one's good. This one's really good, actually.
Yeah.
It comes out. It's seasonal, so it comes out in the summertime. Really good.
Yeah, St. Arnold's is legit. It's
Yeah.
just a good beer you'll find anywhere.
This is one that we need to do. I've heard nothing but good things about Houston Brew Tour. Go to Houston, hit up all the tour. Apparently, they're all within walking distance of each other. A whole bunch of them are.
Nice. I've
So-
never been to Houston.
Neither have I.
I've been to Galveston, so it's really close.
Sounds
you know,
like we
it's
just
like
need
you
to go
have
to
a
Houston.
chance, and maybe I did go through Houston to get to Galveston, but it was like the outskirts. But I've never been to like Houston and like stayed there, went into the city. It's kind of like when you go to an airport, you don't consider actually going to that city because you had a layover.
Right.
I
I've
feel
never
like
been
it
to
was
Illinois.
it was like a layover on the highway. Yeah, like where's the highway to get to Galveston? It's really close, but I've never actually been to the city of Houston, and it's like for Texas, this is one of the major cities of Texas.
Right.
This is where all of our rappers come out of. Used to.
That's exactly
back
it.
in the day.
Houston, Galveston's down here, so Galveston
Yeah,
Island.
so you see how-
it would have made sense for you to take the whatever this
Yeah,
highway is, 45.
Yeah, so 45. I guess I did go through Houston. It was just hopped on through there.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I've heard nothing but good things about the breweries down there. St. Arnold's is there, so I'd love to go to St. Arnold's.
Nice.
And I heard if you talk to the right person, you can get the VIP tour.
What's that?
You just get to see the tour of the place. You get to go down, because like a buddy of mine was telling me about it, and they just were talking about it and said, hey, I'm a part of the brew club, blah, 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 let's talk. And they just started showing them everything. Like they even went to a cellar, and like their cellar, they have literally every beer they've ever made, ever. They cellar like some of it. which basically just means they just hold on to it.
Right.
So they had beers from years ago that they'd never made again. They're just sitting around, and so they cracked open and just sampled a little bit of it with the guys that were there. Yeah.
Ugh.
So we talked to the right guy. Well, I mean, if it's like an old because I don't know if he got it there or where he did, but he got like a French press stout that was from like 2018 or something, and we tried it just like last year. So like you get a nice stout that's been aged for a while,
stout,
like 17 or 18%. Like something like that would be good a few years later.
Yeah, stouts for sure.
So I don't know that I'd age anything else. But
Yeah, maybe this time next winter I'll be into stouts again because I took a winter off.
Oh, you didn't do any stouts last year?
I did, but I didn't like look forward to them.
Oh, really?
You know,
Okay.
like there's always like I go through a season where I really enjoy stouts or porters.
Yeah.
And I skipped it this last year, and I'm like, I'm done with it.
I mean, we also didn't have. It was kind of a mild winter.
Maybe that was it. Maybe.
Like when we had that snowstorm a couple of years ago, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure the stouts were flowing.
Yeah.
Get them puppies on draft. Yeah. But I will tell you, every time, even right now, anytime I go to Say When, I get their porter.
Their porter's pretty good.
Like,
I love
great.
their blonde. That oatmeal blonde is legit.
Dude, we need to go to the brewery one day because I don't think you've ever been, have you?
No, I haven't.
Their porter's great. I wish it was on.
That's the one you told me.
CO2,
it's on Nitro.
but
yeah.
it's. I mean, I still drink the fire out of it. I'll always have that first, and then I'll go to something else.
Well, or mix it with another beer. You get some carbonation.
Which is good because like the other day I was over there or last weekend or something, and they have like an Imperial Red.
That would be good
tap.
with the porter.
And the guy said, "Can I get 1/3 Imperial Red, and then fill the rest of it up with their stout, which is
Wow, he's being
is
specific.
a dry stout."
33%.
Yeah.
Yeah. Give me the suicide.
I mean,
Dude, we should do a suicide.
we can do it there because it would be easy because they only have like 4 or 5 beers.
I was
on
going to
tap.
say, what about the place with like 100 taps? Give me the suicide. Just
that would,
you're just getting a sprinkle from each beer.
you're gonna have to do it like a pitcher.
Yeah, for real. Because it's like the first little squirt's not going to be much.
Yeah.
It'll either not be enough or it'll be too much. It'll fill up too quick.
Right. So doing that at Say When is possible.
Yeah, it's a
what do they
great
have?
idea.
3, 4, 5, 6 beers on tap?
The suicide. Give me a 1/6 of each beer. That's
Yeah.
what you say.
Get out of here. So they have a nice like dry stout that they have on nitrous over
Nice.
there. So speaking of dry stouts, in Ireland, which is where the most famous dry stout's from, the Irish dry stout of Guinness.
Yeah.
In Ireland, they have a lot of elevation over there.
I'm
So
going to sneeze.
go ahead and sneeze.
I'm sorry. I felt it coming. It went away now.
This dude.
All right. I'm
They got
free.
a lot
I'm
of
good.
elevation over there.
Yeah.
So they have like tiny little mountain towns in the middle of the mountains.
Okay. Yeah.
So
And where? And not just in Ireland, but like in the city that Guinness. What city is that?
Ireland.
Oh.
Or no, in Dublin, I'm sure. I don't know if that's
Okay.
where it is, but so I saw this video and I wanted to get your reaction to it. Apparently, what they do is they have
The highest Irish bar in the world gets its Guinness.
The highest. So they have a bar way up there.
I've been asking, how does the highest Irish pub in the world get all their Guinness? Well, the answer is Guinness donkeys.
Nice.
You see?
This is like the Folgers donkey from the
Dude.
commercial.
what?
But legit. You remember the Folgers donkey?
No,
Yeah, like the Folgers man. He always pulls a donkey behind him. He's carrying all the coffee.
no, I don't think I've ever seen.
But this
that.
is like the real life version of that.
But like the first thing I was thinking is, they're not gonna have a whole lot of variety. Then I go, who cares? Be grateful you got beer.
You would be. Yeah. I was thinking immediately, I bet that pub gets a lot of sales.
Oh, I'm sure.
Because you don't just go to the grocery store and just get beer. You go to the pub and drink beer.
Oh, I'm sure they only get it in kegs up there. There's no reason to do it any
Yeah.
other way.
And they probably sell beer to go. Like, let me get one for the road.
Yeah.
For the road. Me old lady.
Um.
Me old lady's busting me balls.
Yeah, dude. I
me
mean,
get
this is a
beer.
place where like I would love to. You hike up a mountain, you get to this like little mountain town, and you're like, sweet. Oh, I can go get a beer out of the pub.
Yeah, that'd be beautiful.
I bet that's the best beer you've ever
I
had.
bet so.
And I've heard that that the recipe, I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's the recipe or what it is, but I've heard the Guinness tastes different across the pond.
That's what they say, and they always say that, like, oh, you haven't had a real Guinness till you're here. So it's like, did they Americanize it? But it's weird because America now loves really tasty beer. So, like, I understand Americanizing Guinness in, like, the 80s, 70s, making it watery.
Right.
But, like, why still do it today since America's, like, has this big beer boom and everybody loves tasty beer?
I have no idea. So let's take a look and see. Why does Guinness taste different in the U.S. versus Ireland?
So that's the
They
question.
said a beer factor is how long the beer you're getting has been in the keg. The longer the beer is in the keg, the worse it tastes. Okay. I mean, that has a factor,
It's
but
fresh.
there's
That's
been
it.
many of beers I've gotten from overseas here in the States that taste phenomenal. And I'm not saying that Guinness doesn't taste good. It's a good Irish stout. I mean, it's a good dry stout.
Yeah, I don't
It is
know.
what it
I don't
is.
know a lot of international beers that
I mean,
are
I can't
really
name
that
anything
good.
off the top of my head, but I've had a few,
Yeah,
like
I've
a
had a
Dunkel
few.
or like a Belgian styles.
Yeah, styles, but those are still brewed like in North America.
No,
Like,
I mean I've had some that are straight from overseas. Like I've had
Okay.
some wheats, because like there's one thing that I like to do, depending on when I brew. But if I brew like later in the day, I like to drink the style that I'm brewing.
Yeah.
So if I'm brewing a wheat, I'm drinking a wheat. And
Uh-huh.
I went to the place in McKinney and grabbed some random wheats, and I wanted like something like not weird, but like that wasn't like that I could get all the time. So I got some that were from
Yeah,
across
something
the pond.
unique.
Yeah. I got some from across the pond. I did that with the Dunkel. I got a Dunkel from across the pond. I did that with the Belgian. I did a Belgian blonde last year. I got some Belgians. Did them all from
Nice.
across the pond.
Yeah.
Because
Like England.
I mean, yeah, from I don't know, just
When you
from,
say across the pond, I always think of England.
Yeah,
So.
yeah, not U.S. basically. But yeah, it's one of those things. Like
We might need to take a break and let me blow my nose.
you're all good.
All right, so I'm back. I can breathe. I blew my nose. That might have been TMI.
All right, we're back. So we had to grab another Lonesome.
Yeah.
It's just that good. Part of me wants to just bring it up to a 5.
Just go for it.
I mean, we're kind of feeling it,
I
right?
mean, it's been a while since we've cracked a second beer.
It's been a long while.
And we're early on. We're only halfway in, so
Yeah.
let's do 5.
You're gonna have to just go up to a 5.
Let's do a 5.
Come on. Wait. Have you seen this trend? There's a trend. There's like an audio that I've seen in a lot of like reels where it's like this Hispanic guy. He's like saying something in Spanish, and then he starts like making this. He starts like making this song beat with his mouth, and then the song comes in afterwards.
No, I haven't seen
No,
it.
oh man, it's great. He does something similar. It's not the air horn, but it's something else.
Yeah.
I'll have to see if I can find it and like put it in.
It's like
post.
Yeah. You gotta put it in.
Put it in post, but
It's like a police academy guy.
yes. So question: Have you ever been to a Top Golf?
No, I have not. I play Mario Golf on
What-
Switch. But there is a Top Golf style mini game that you could play.
Okay.
So
So you're familiar with the style? Are you against it, or you just
no,
haven't had the
I just
opportunity?
never had the opportunity. I'd love
Okay.
to do it.
So do you prefer golf or baseball?
To watch or probably baseball because I've never played golf.
Okay.
I've been to the driving range, but I used to play youth baseball growing up.
Okay. So the question is can you get behind this? There's this new place that they're building. It's like Top Golf for baseball.
I like this.
It's called the Dugout.
Okay. Look at this. It's got a diamond and everything. Okay, they straight paid somebody to put this thing together to get some investors. But what's the premise? Like Top Golf has like everybody gets to go
Right here.
bat. Where do you bat?
Same thing right here. It's a virtual batting.
Oh, so why they have the outdoor dugout? Just for looks?
Yeah.
Okay.
But they have like a screen. Like have you ever been to I've been to there used to be a golf store in Plano.
Yeah, and you hit the golf. Oops, sorry. You hit the golf ball into like a
into like a
screen.
net
Yeah,
or
yeah.
something. Yeah.
So you hit an actual ball.
Very
into
similar
it.
thing.
Okay.
Hit a ball into a net or a screen, and then you just go up there. This one looks like it's more like a restaurant as well.
Yeah.
Which is kind of cool. But they're doing one in Katy, which is down by Houston.
Yeah.
Speaking of Houston.
This is end of March, too. That's coming soon.
No, it's already done, so I'm sure it's already up.
Oh, yeah. End of March was last month.
Yeah.
I have no idea what month it is. This outdoor diamond's throwing me off a little bit. Like, it seems like a waste of space.
It does, kind of. But, I don't know. I mean, if you're sitting out on the patio and you're having dinner or something, it kind of looks cool.
It does look
cool.
cool.
It's pretty to look at.
Yeah, it's nice.
So, like, for aesthetics, I mean, I'm okay with that. But, can you get behind a place like this?
100%. It's kind of like Topgolf, though. You're like, I could get behind it, but you asked me, like, if I've ever done it. No.
Right.
So it's like things would have to align perfectly for me to go. I'm not going to just go out of my way and be like, let's go try this baseball place.
Dude, let's just go. No, that's what you need to do. You need to go, hey, guys, what are you doing this weekend? Are you guys free? Yeah? Well, let's go check out this baseball place.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I would never do that.
Really?
But if you were to ask me, I might be like, yeah, I ain't got anything going on. I'll go with you.
Oh.
But I'm not that
So
excited.
you'll
enough.
piggyback on plans. You just
Yeah, I
won't make it.
won't build the plans for it. That's why I've never been to Topgolf, because I've never built the plans for it.
Okay.
Nobody's ever
'cause I've
invited
never
me.
been invited, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's also never been a place that I've like, ooh, we need to go there.
Right, but I've done other outlandish things, like I told you about that tree climbing place in Dallas. I've been there a couple times.
Yeah, but you did that on a date with your wife.
Right. Well, this seems like a date thing.
No, this seems like something that you do like
With your
maybe
boys?
maybe a double date.
Maybe.
This seems like something that I could see you doing with like a couple of couples, like
I feel like it's like
two
bowling.
or even three couples. Yeah.
I feel like it's kind of like bowling. Topgolf is that way too, where it's like a date thing. I feel like I go on a date and go Topgolf.
Yeah, I mean, you definitely can. I just I see it as, yeah, let's go on a double date. Let's invite Jim and Pam.
Jim and Pam.
Why
I don't know why that's funny.
Why did the people from The Office, the first guys
Oh, is that
came
their
to mind-
names?
Yeah.
Okay. No
You've
wonder.
clearly never seen it.
No, I haven't actually. That's funny because I don't know any Pams, so that was a funny name.
Oh, that's
Jim wasn't as funny as Pam.
That's my mom's name, so
Oh, okay. It's just fresh on your mind.
I guess. I don't know. But I got can you get behind that? Okay.
Okay, let's see it.
So basically, somebody rolls up to Taco Bell, is trying to order some tacos. They're out of tortillas.
All
and
right.
they're out of crunchy shells. So this person calls the police.
Calls the police. Well, what can they make? Like a salad?
Let's throw it in a bowl. I mean,
They can make a taco salad.
Do you ever get a burrito or tacos at like Chipotle?
Sometimes, yeah.
I usually get a bowl.
Oh, I
They
get the
could
burrito.
Just make a bowl.
I get the burrito, 100%.
But this person calls 911.
Yeah, they could just make a bowl, though. They called 911. So they're like,
And
hey, there's a serious offense happening here.
The
This
police department
establishment.
says,
Okay.
while this is truly a travesty, the police can't do anything about this.
Yeah, a travesty. This is for your best interest. They were like, this is for your good.
So can
Don't
you
ever go
believe
back.
it? Is this real or is this fake? That's the whole question. Can
I
you
thought
get
it was,
behind?
I thought it was, can you get behind it?
Nope,
But no.
This
it's,
is, believe it or not.
Believe it or not. So is this a real story? I kind of feel like it's not, because for one, that's weird that they would run out of tortillas and crunchy shells. And
It
then for
doesn't
two,
make sense, yeah.
somebody calls the police. Like, what would drive somebody to call the police?
Somebody's got the munchies that bad. Now, there is a tweet. What is this? The Seidel Police Department. Go ahead and read this.
Okay, it's been a while, but another, we can't make this stuff up story. Oh, so this is real then. Somebody called in to complain that Taco Bell on Goss Boulevard.
Oh, they just call them out like hard.
Specifically,
Point fingers.
they wanted to complain that Jesse from Taco Bell at Goss Boulevard, like, might as well call out the name of the person.
Right.
Badge number 456. said that they ran out of so they ran out of both hard and soft taco shells. They still have those nachos though. That's the thing with them, because it's not real food, everything's isolated.
Dude, they have like 5 ingredients. They just mix them up to make different stuff.
A normal Mexican restaurant is like, okay, we use tortillas to make tortilla chips. We use corn to make corn chips. This place is like, because it's so isolated, they could bust out those thin little nacho chips that they have.
Yeah, just make nachos.
Dude, yeah. Oh, you make nachos, make a crunchy taco.
No, that wouldn't happen with this.
This is truly a travesty. The police can't do anything about this. Oh, these cops think they're funny. Hopefully they are replenishing in time for Taco Tuesday. Do not go to Taco Bell for Taco Tuesday.
So this is the thing. Have you ever been to a place where they're like out of their main stuff?
I'm trying to think of a situation where there's so many places out of stuff.
Think about this while I tell you one story.
Okay, all right. You tell me.
I've never been to this place again. I will never go to this place again because of the issue that I had. I went to the Burger King in Sherman.
Oh no, bad start already.
Okay. Roll up. I'm like, hey, can I get like what? Like, I think I asked for like some chicken nuggets or something, and they're like, yeah, we're out of chicken. I'm like, all right, no big deal. I'll just get a burger. They're like, yeah, we're out of buns. I go, well, why the hell are you guys open? I'm
Right.
out.
No burger and no chicken.
Like, no buns? You out of buns?
Yeah.
I'm out. I'm leaving.
The worst part about it is just the attitude of the employees. Because a real customer service says, welcome to Burger King. Hey, by the way, I got to tell you about some stuff first. We're unfortunately, and they're apologetic. Unfortunately, we're out of buns right now, and we don't have any chicken strips. These are the things we can make. Is there any of this stuff you want?
See.
But instead, they put the burden on you. They're like, nope, figure it out. Can't do that either. And so then you're like scratching your head, looking at the menu, trying to piece things together, and then they're probably just like, nope, can't do it. And just have a crappy attitude about it.
I mean, you know what? Now that I think about this, just like last week or the week before, I went to Firehouse Subs.
Legit establishment.
Firehouse Subs
it.
is great.
They hook it up.
I walk in, I'm looking at what I want, and I'm like, yeah, let me go ahead and get this sandwich, fully loaded. I want all of it. And they're like, great. Just to let you know, our toaster is out of order, which means we can still make your sandwich. The meat will be hot, but your bread will not be toasted.
Right.
And I'm like, okay, no big deal. Let's go ahead and do it. It was no big deal to me. The sandwich was fine. By the time you get it home, it's all soggy anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, no big deal.
You eat it there.
But if you eat it there, that's when the toast, you really want it toasted.
the
But if
best.
you're eating it at home, it's going to be soggy by the time you get home anyway.
Yeah, don't do it.
So I'm like, it would have been nice if they would have told me up front. So I do
You're
agree.
right. You're right.
I
They
do
could have told
agree.
you up front.
They're like, hey, before you order, just letting you know. Before you get your hopes up. 'Cause
Yeah.
By the time I've ordered, I'm already ready to eat it.
Right. And you expect like some sandwiches you want toasted, some you don't. So that would have been good
Everything
to know up
at Firehouse you want toasted.
front. I don't like heavily toasted things. So if I ever get anything toasted, I say lightly. Like I don't want it to be crispy and crunchy.
Well, so the thing is that Firehouse, I'm getting like way too inside baseball on Firehouse, but they steam their meats.
Uh-huh.
So it's going to have a lot of moisture
Ooh.
to it.
And
So
they
you
do.
want
They
it-
don't ever do it wrong.
So you want it toasted.
Yeah.
So that it like keeps the integrity of the bread with the steamed meat.
Yeah. With Firehouse,
That's like getting a little extra. But
with
yeah.
Firehouse, I've never like veered off of the menu. So I'm like, give me that one, however it comes, and I've trusted them, and they hook it up every time.
The only thing I do, add jalapenos. I kind of want that extra spice with
Maybe
just about everything.
I've just never do it. I'm just like, yeah,
But-
give me. But what I love is their Philly cheesesteak. Their
Really?
Philly
I've
or their
never had it.
brisket, that cheddar brisket.
I haven't had that either.
Oh, dude,
Dang.
that's next level. Those are the only two I get,
I
and
usually
I
go
get them
with-
as is. I'm
Really?
like, however y'all make it, y'all.
I
do
usually
it.
go with like the Italian, and then I'll even say light lettuce.
Dude, get
'Cause
that
they do
cheddar.
shredded lettuce.
Get that brisket cheddar. It's
Okay.
so simple too. It's just cheddar and brisket, and then some barbecue sauce.
I mean, you don't need anything else. Come
You
on.
don't, man. That's
pure
simplicity.
Texan right there, my
yeah, dude, it's so good. So yeah, they need to tell you up front.
All
Bottom line.
So I gotta go hard on this right now. Yes, I'm saying we cannot get behind this stupid sandwich because this other sandwiches are just so much better, and
Yeah.
I really want.
Now that we're talking,
I
about,
want one of these brisket cheddars now.
How are we gonna? I mean, dude, if Firehouse threw out like a PB&J, it'd probably be pretty good.
Hey, I will say
But-
when I was working at Best Buy, because we was like right down, it was
Uh-huh.
like not even down the street, it was in the same like shopping center, so we just walk over there.
Oh yeah.
And I remember my brother was like, because he was working there at the time, he's like, hey, I'm about to go to Firehouse. Do you guys want something? And I ordered whatever. And then, like, somebody said, hey, yeah, just go ahead and just give me whatever sandwich. My brother comes back. He made so they do make a PB&J for, like, kids, for, like, a kids menu.
Uh-huh.
He ordered a large, foot-long PB&J for this guy.
Wow.
They were able to hook it up for him, but I'm like, how frustrated would you be? You come back and you're like, I got a PB&J, really?
Yeah, no joke.
And it's this big.
Yeah. I always get the sandwich large from there because I'm like, I'll save the rest for
Dude,
later.
it's worth it.
It is. It's not that much more, and you might as well make it giant.
Yeah.
You don't have to eat it all at once.
No.
It's okay.
But how many times do you just smash the whole damn thing out?
I always smash the whole
Yes,
thing. I didn't want to
know.
say it, but I do.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter
No.
how big. They can make the sandwich twice as big, and I'm not stopping.
Dude.
Their sandwiches
I'm
are
right
so
there
good.
with you. I should order a medium so I don't overindulge, but
Yeah, they're
Nah.
so good, man. Firehouse is like the best sandwich place. No joke.
You know what? I would say it is the best sandwich place.
I mean, I can't think
better
of any
than
better.
Subway,
Yeah,
better than Quiznos,
yeah.
better than Jimmy John's.
I've never had Jimmy John's, but
It's got too many sprouts on it.
Sprouts.
I had a sandwich with too many sprouts.
They put
once
sprouts on it.
on one of them.
Okay.
And
I don't
was
know
like,
why, but I always with Jimmy John's, I always just imagine mayonnaise. Like I don't know why. It's like I associate Jimmy John's mayonnaise, and I'm not against mayonnaise, but there's just something about how I've associated them with mayonnaise that I just never order it.
So, question is, do you have mayonnaise in the fridge right now?
I love mayonnaise.
Do you-
That's why
no.
I'm not against it.
No, but so that sounds like a yes.
yeah, I do.
What's the brand of mayonnaise that you have in the fridge?
Probably Hellman's with the blue lid.
Hellman's.
Yeah,
okay.
Hellman's.
I want to make sure it was Hellman's and not Miracle Whip.
Nah, that ain't mayonnaise. That's salad dressing. It even says it on there. I don't know how it's salad dressing.
It says something. It says something dressing.
Yeah,
I don't think
know
it says the word
I don't know
salad,
what
but
makes it salad dressing, but yeah.
dude, I grew up on Miracle Whip. That's why
I'm
my
not
mom
against
liked
it. It's different though, and
It's sweet.
it's like almost like every now and then it's like, oh, that would be interesting to
It
get
just-
a Miracle Whip sandwich.
They just call it a Miracle Whip dressing.
Yeah, okay, it's just a dressing then. It's not salad dressing.
That's what my mom. That's what I grew up with. And then when I had Hellman's for the first time, I go, "What have I been eating my entire life?"
What is this like sour thing I've been tasting?
It's a little tart, and
Yeah.
it's like a little, and it's I shouldn't say a little. It's way sweeter
Yeah.
than actual mayonnaise because
Yeah.
mayonnaise is oil and eggs.
Yeah. Mayonnaise is good. I like mayonnaise. A lot of people hate it, but
I don't
know why.
mind it. Like I said previously, mix a little ketchup, some mustard, some hot sauce. You got yourself a little fry dipper.
Well, that's what's crazy is you can mix most like cool sauces are mayonnaise based. You can mix anything with
An
mayonnaise.
aioli that's just mayonnaise based sauce.
Yeah, you can mix anything with mayonnaise.
So I got a new game for us here.
All right,
okay?
let's do it.
So I need you to do me a favor. I need you to name that sport. All right.
All right, I'm ready for
got
it.
a little
I'm gonna look
intense
down.
for
You
it,
got
so
intense,
sorry.
so I'm gonna look down and I'm just gonna look
Sorry.
up and then
Here we go.
name the sport.
Name that sport.
It's like a fire. It's like a quick fire. And okay. Oh, here we go. It's that balloon game where you have to keep the balloon from hitting the ground. They're wearing helmets. Oh, and they're fighting against each other.
Yeah, there's two teams. It's like
It's
one-on-one.
almost like ping pong where you're trying to
but it
create.
as long as it doesn't hit the ground, I think you're good.
Yeah, it's like ping pong but with a balloon. So I would say balloon pong. That's the sport.
Balloon pong.
Balloon pong.
Like the
I've
first
played
thing that
this
comes
game.
to mind is like when you do it with like a if you're doing like a soccer ball, they call it like keep uppy when you're just hitting a soccer ball up. And you're trying
I
to
didn't
keep it
know
in
that's
the air.
what they called it, but yeah, keep
So
uppy.
like something like that, like
Hacky sack? It's like I know with soccer players they basically play hacky sack. With
yeah,
soccer
but they don't
balls.
turn their foot all sideways. That's the thing.
Sometimes
Is
they do.
that have you ever played hacky sack with a guy that like has a soccer background?
Yeah, they hit it with the toe. for
Yeah,
sure. Yeah,
You know these guys. They hit it
yeah,
with the toe.
and then they could do that stall too. They stall it on the toe. They
It sounds like you used to play hacky sack.
Dude, I love hacky sack.
Dude, I remember.
I have a hacky sack.
Dude,
I never
as,
played
Dude,
it.
as long as it's broken, let's play.
It is broken. It's a
I
good
remember
one.
having to go to the mall and buy them and like run it over with your car a couple times
Yeah.
to break it in.
Dude. So this is a funny story. So it's kind of like, whenever you're a young guy and then you get into your first big relationship.
Oh, yeah,
And then
yeah.
you realize that childish things don't go with women. Like they want to get rid of childish things.
It's like when you're moving with a woman, she just takes all your movie posters off the wall.
Exactly. When me and Charity first moved in together, she threw my hacky sack away because she didn't even. She was like, "What was that?" I'm like, "What?
a jerk.
That is my childhood hacky sack that was broken. It was legendary. I had countless hours of hacking with that
Dude,
thing.
you got to get them broke in. That's the thing.
Do. And they don't make them like they did back then. That was an old school hacky sack. So yeah, she threw it away. She's like, "That old thing?" I'm like, "What do you mean that old thing?"
It was
that was my
perfectly
hacky.
broke in.
Yes, that
Dude.
was my bag, my foot
I remember,
bag.
like, no joke, like on lunch, we would eat
Yep.
lunch, and then after lunch, like waiting on the lunch period to end, we just go play hacky sack.
Yeah, we would too. We played hacky
Anywhere,
sack at
out
school.
in the courtyard, in the gym, like wherever we could find a place.
Yeah.
And that was where literally anybody. That's where like the cliques intermingled. You got nerds, jocks, stoners. Like we
Yep.
would all go out there and just play.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Like, cause no joke, like there was this little like Hispanic kid that would come out there and play, and like I come go, "Dude, you play soccer, don't you?" He goes, "Yep, sure do."
Yeah.
And he was right there on the toe. I'm like, "Damn, dude, I can't do that." He flicks his toe just
Yeah,
right where
yeah.
he flicks it in the air. Yeah, I'm always the side of the foot is where I can do it.
Yep.
It's about the only thing.
Is this the same match or do they hit the ground?
We haven't been watching this damn thing. Come on now.
I mean, look at the obstacles. They have like an arcade game, a car, some couches.
I didn't even see the arcade.
You're like, what? Why do they have the car right in the living room? But I've played this game many times as a kid. I never played it where we were competing against each other. It was almost like we always worked together.
Right.
This brings it to another level because you're trying to like hit it in a way that screws the other person.
But you can't. But it looks like, and I don't know the rules.
It has to go up.
They're not hitting it up, or I'm sorry, they're not hitting it down. As long as you're not hitting it down,
Right.
it's like you can hit it sideways, left and right.
Oh yeah,
up, but not down.
yeah. Because he right then that was borderline hitting it to the ground.
Because
He,
like watch it
kinda hit like that.
right here. He smacks it here in a minute, and it goes. That's
Yeah, look,
just
he did
sideways.
that twice. He did a sideways hit. That
Yeah.
should be illegal.
So as long as you don't hit it down, it's okay. It's legal, is what it looks like.
yeah.
So number one, can't get behind this game. But I mean, as far as watching it, but number
Yeah, I can't
two,
watch it, even though I'm glued to it.
I would call it. Let's think. It has to have the word balloon in it, so people know what you're.
I think I
gonna
said
turn
balloon
into.
pong,
Balloon pong.
or not balloon pong. Was it balloon pong? Yeah, balloon
Yeah,
pong.
that's what you said. I don't know if I call it pong. That's the thing, because I'm thinking like you're playing ping pong on a table.
I know, but the
like-
strategy seems the same. You see how they're trying to hit it at an angle to where it hits the table.
And I don't want to call it keep up the balloon because that sounds real dumb. Yeah, I guess we'll just go with
Yep.
balloon pong. I have no idea.
Yep.
My mind's blank. Sorry, but I got another one here for you. So name this sport.
All right, let's see.
Got one more for you here.
He's wearing a purse. Oh, he sent that falcon out to get an animal.
Take a look at this.
Dude, he
here.
was driving too. What did he get?
A little bird.
Oh,
He just straight threw that falcon out of the window. Is this drive-by falconing?
yeah. It was a trained bird to do a drive-by. That's for sure. Because that's what I was thinking. You could like send that bird out to attack somebody.
Oh, to attack a person?
Yeah, you could.
I guess. I never
Go
even
get
thought
it.
about that.
That's what he said. Drive-by, training birds to do drive-bys.
But it's a sport. It's like, you know how you do like people go hunting for sport?
Yeah.
Like, let's just start. Would you call hunting a sport?
Oh man, I think we've gotten into this conversation in the past. So
We've gotten into
it's
things that we
weird-
wouldn't call sports,
It's
but I don't know
weird
about hunting.
that it is called a sport, but I think it's like an expression for its fun. I think it's what they say, like, oh, hunting for sport or fishing for sport.
Okay.
It's like it doesn't change the act that it's fishing or hunting. It's just saying the intentions behind it
Versus
is that it's a game.
fishing for like survival.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think that expression is used a little loosely. I would say this is only a sport if there's two people sending out birds and they're like racing or something.
I look at it kind of like skeet shooting.
Right.
Okay. Where skeet shooting is something that if the skeet flies and you can count how many skeet you get points for the skeet.
Competition, yeah.
I would say you could do this very similarly, where it's like, hey, there's a target. You got to get your falcon to catch that target.
Right.
If you throw it late or something or whatever, and your falcon I think it would have to be like timed as well to see like how quickly your falcon gets it.
Yeah.
Because I would say that if you even throw it like way too late, your falcon may be able to go find it. So I think it needs to be timed as well.
There's more that needs to happen for sure.
Yeah. Like maybe you have like some sort of a not like an animal, but like say treats in like a bowl or something, and there's like a laser by it that can track when the bird comes in and like stops the time, like almost like a race.
Yeah.
Like one right outside the car and then there, and then it just tracks the time from the time it gets from the car to the bowl.
Yeah. The car is unnecessary at that point. The car is completely unnecessary.
No,
but
I
if
think
you
it
make
is
a
necessary.
competition out of it.
Maybe not a car, but something that's moving. So it's like a moving target. You're trying to hit this target as quickly as you can and easy as you can. So you have to be moving.
Okay.
So that's the variable.
So
You're not relying on just the animal. You're relying on the variable of the human of when they throw the animal.
Yeah,
out.
when you release it. So it's like a drag race.
Yeah. So maybe this isn't named a sport, but how do you make this a sport?
Yeah, I think that's the problem. Is this one hasn't been developed as much as the balloon one.
Yeah.
This would be equivalent to us watching one kid in a living room hitting a balloon up in the air and saying,
Oh,
"Is
yeah.
that a sport?" It's like,
Right.
no, of course not. But we saw that they made it into a sport.
So is this a sport then?
It's not in its current state, but there's
potential.
There's potential there.
Okay.
You could do so much with these birds sending, and I bet there is an actual sport out there where you send falcons to do stuff.
I mean, falconry is a thing.
Yeah.
Where
So
people,
surely
like,
there's
train
competition.
falcons
So there's
for
got to be
it?
competition in that field.
I mean, you got to train falcons. I mean, they trained birds to like deliver letters back in the day. So like there is some sort of a skill involved,
100%.
which I think needs to happen. There needs to be a skill involved in order for an activity to become a sport.
Okay.
Without skill, it's just an activity.
Right. But what if the thing that's skilled is not you? So like a horse race. I guess you are skilled because you are still
You've never
driving
ridden a
that
horse.
horse. Yeah. You're right. That was a bad example.
I can tell you never ridden
Yeah,
a
that was
horse.
a bad example. There's going to be tons
But-
of jockeys out there mad.
But I say, like dog races, like greyhound races. There is skill involved, and it's the skill. It just happens to not be the human; it's the dog.
Okay, so that's a different one because that's where the humans completely disconnected. What about the ones where the humans like trying to get the pet to go through the thing and the dog to go over the thing?
Yeah.
They're out there like, come on.
Like the doggy obstacle course.
Yeah, it's like, what skill does the person have? The ability to encourage their dog?
That's true.
You know what I mean?
Is
The dog's
that-
doing all the work. You're just encouraging it, saying, come on.
So I mean, there's skill from the dog for sure.
The dog, yeah.
So would that be equivalent to like dog races,
It
or would you not even call it a sport?
I guess it's a sport. It's a competition. I mean, really, a sport is just a competition. So you can compete in anything and then say that it's a sport.
No, I disagree with you. So American Idol, is that a sport? No, it's a singing competition. Completely different. It's not a sport.
Okay. I don't know. I feel like it could be a sport.
No,
Singing is not a sport.
Modeling, walking up and down a runway, is that a sport?
What about
Or-
playing guitar? Would you say like a guitar, like a shred off, that wouldn't be a sport?
No. I mean, they do have like air guitar competitions.
Air guitar. I was saying real guitar, but
Well, yeah, I know, but
the
that's
air
very-
guitar was outlandish.
No.
Like, come on.
No, but I've seen competitions from it.
Yeah,
No, a shred off? No. I wouldn't consider that a sport. Just
I
like
do because they're competing. So I feel like singing could be a sport.
So that means brewing is a sport because I
Yeah.
do competitions for brewing beer.
Yeah, if the act
No.
of competing, it makes it a sport.
This is where we're going to disagree. You need to put it in the comments.
Yeah.
Is all it takes is competition in order for it to be a sport.
The problem is there's not, when you look at what we call sports, there's not one thing that we can use to define it other than the competition. That's the common thread behind all sports. Any
Okay, so-
form of
Physical activity or game, often competitive and organized.
Yeah, organized and competitive is the
So
key.
they're specifically saying physical activity is what Wikipedia is saying.
It says or game. So what's or game? That's rough.
I wish they wouldn't have said game.
Or game. Like, what?
What's a game? There's all kinds of games. We can make a game out of anything.
But it's like pool, billiards isn't really that physical. You can be in a wheelchair.
That's true, but I would consider billiards a sport. I really would.
Exactly. But
Dang.
it's more like precision, and it's the competition, and it's organized. I think that's the key, is it has to be organized. So that balloon thing was organized. They had a whole thing on it. They had a car parked in there. They had helmets. They had rules. They had a referee.
Right. They had rules.
So that's why I'm like, it's like if you are going to define it, then we're going to have to exclude things that we call sports, which I'm okay with.
Like gymnastics. Is that a sport?
Gymnastics, I mean, it is. I mean,
Like
it's
that's
competition.
a common like debate. Is gymnastics a sport? Like it takes a lot of physical activity. It takes a lot of skill. And you can compete.
I know.
So is that all you need to have it a sport? As long as you have the trifecta, it's a sport.
Right. I think the problem with gymnastics, I think, is that it's so subjective.
Well,
Like, we need like a score. We need like something to make it really easy. When it's subjective, it's kind of like a modeling thing or a singing competition.
I would agree.
Yeah.
Let's say that it's not a sport if the judging is subjective.
Yes, that's maybe that's the answer. Because like a tattoo convention, and then it's like at a tattoo convention, it's technically a competition at the same time. They give out
Yeah.
awards, but it's just based on who likes what.
And I say the same thing about the brewing
Beer brewing,
competitions.
same thing.
Yeah.
It's very subjective. So,
Yes.
yeah, that's the key thing. It needs to be a competition that's organized, and it needs to be objective winner.
Yes. There you go. Print it and stamp it.
Boom, it's done.
So got another last thing here. So another, believe it or not, there's a fugitive on the run.
Believe it or not. Okay.
Okay.
He's on the run.
The cops find him because he farted really loudly.
This is so stupid. He was a fugitive.
He's like hiding in the bushes, farts real loud.
And he farted loud. Like, who accidentally farts loud when you're that nervous? Like, you're hiding from the cops.
I mean, look at the headline. Police were searching for a suspect. A loud fart gave his hiding spot away.
Like, "Brr," and then they're like, there he is. There he is, get him.
It's so much funnier when I think about
Yeah,
what
like,
you're saying.
they're looking, and then brr, they just hear a loud fart. It's weird.
Oh, wait. There he is.
There he is, over there. Get him. Yeah, if you're, did they really have the dog? If they had a dog, they didn't need the fart. Okay, if you've got a felony warrant for your arrest, the cops are looking for you, and you pass gas. They said pass gas. You pass gas so loud it gives up your hiding spot. You're definitely having a poop emoji day. They're bragging. Another cop brag right here. Cops on Twitter.
I mean, that's what it looks like here.
Be
That's
bragging.
exactly what it looks like. Is like a Twitter post.
Yeah, cops on Twitter bragging. It was a 16-year-old.
It says here, it says, the Clay County Sheriff thanked the Liberty Police for using their sense of sniff him out.
They used their senses to sniff him out. The people who wrote the article wrote it for that one pun. They had that in mind from the get-go. They're like, we're going to write this whole article just so we could say this. The funny thing is, did you see how the kid said it was because he ate a bunch of wings?
Where?
Right under that. Oh,
Where?
let's read more. 16-year-old was pulled over for driving 105 miles an hour. His excuse was too many hot wings. Okay.
Oh,
I thought it was
different
related.
story.
I thought it was related.
Different story. I wish I would have seen that. I would have saved it.
I mean, dude, it's kind of like from what is it, Tommy Boy, where he's like, bees,
Oh,
bees. He
yeah.
gets out, bees. The kid gets out, hot wings, hot wings. I need some water.
Well, so like this is the question. This is really where we need to this is a debate club.
Okay.
Okay. If you gotta take a shit real bad,
Yeah.
you're on your way home. You're like, I'm 5 minutes away from the house. I'm gonna get there in time. I'm gonna be okay. But I gotta go now. So we gotta get there as quickly as we can.
Okay.
So you're like, you're speeding home, and the siren comes on.
Ah.
Do you pull over, or do you just forget this? I'm going to the house.
You can't just go to the house because the cops aren't gonna be cool with that. You have to pull over.
So
You have to.
Well,
Otherwise, it's a big thing. You make it to the house, you try to get out, and you can't get out of the car. Then they're going to pull their guns out on you. You can't run in your house. It's like you have to. You just have to deal with it.
You're just shitting yourself.
You just have to, dude. No other way around it.
I mean, because it's evading arrest.
100%. They don't care.
You can go to court and try to like dispute it.
Which I would.
Because I think there's only like a couple of reasons why you can evade arrest, or like not evade arrest, but like just keep driving. It's like if emergency situations, like if you're hurt or like if your wife's pregnant or something. I think that kind of stuff, when they get there, they're like, okay, cool, have a good day.
Again, it's always subjective because it's like there's no one way to deal with cops. Each cop is different. So one cop, you might try to, your wife's going into labor and you're running and it's all good. He understands.
Yeah.
You have another cop and he's like, doesn't even give you a chance to talk.
Well,
Next
because
thing you know,
if
you're
your
getting
wife's
jaw
pregnant
broke.
and her water broke, are you stopping for the
No.
sirens?
But you're supposed to have your emergency lights on ahead of time for that reason.
Oh,
Because
nice.
cops see your emergency lights on and they're supposed to follow you.
Yeah.
So they're not pursuing you, they're following you
Ah.
at the end.
So maybe if I need to shit real bad, I'll
You
turn the lights on.
put them emergencies on and you gas it. And then but even then that's not a fail-proof plan because you
Dudes
might
and-
get home and still get shot.
No. Dudes and Brews PSA. You
Yeah.
got to shit real bad and you're on your way home, just turn the lights on.
Yep, be a man. You ever seen that dude Be a Man?
What is it?
He's got an Instagram page and I follow him. He's great.
It's be a man.
He just says things and then goes be a man. But it's like the most like chauvinistic
I think
things.
we have talked about this before.
Yeah, this guy's hilarious.
Is it literally just be a man? Boston be
Yeah,
a
he's a
man?
Boston guy, so he's got
Nice.
that like attitude. And it'll just say something like where you're basically really rude and something very like
Is it
chauvinistic.
Is it this?
This guy.
Okay.
So let's
Nice.
just play one of them.
I'm gonna follow it.
Yeah, like play one of his videos, like that John Travolta one.
So this is one that's pinned. So let's see what it says here.
Real bad, go in front of her and take a 45-minute dump.
It's funny. It's kind of relevant to what we're saying. See?
Broad has to use the restroom, go in front of her and take a 45-minute dump.
That's what my kids basically think I do every time. Every time I'm taking a crap, they act like that they are going to pee themselves. And then I'm like, I had no idea you needed to do that. You did it until I was in here sitting down.
So have
And they act
ever
that oppressed. Like,
have they ever said, "Hey, Dad, get off your phone. I need to go use the restroom"?
no, they just know that I'm on the toilet and it takes
No, my
forever.
my kids have said that exact words. Hey, Dad, can you get off your phone? I need to use the bathroom.
No, they just always complain. And they always complain if I need to go crap. And then they see me going because they're like, oh, it's the worst. I'm like, come on. This is not that bad.
not.
I mean, we
So
only
you're
have
like-
one bathroom. And it's funny that they.
So you're like the dad from Friday. Hey, get about 25,
Yes.
30 minutes.
Basically, they treat me like I'm him. And you remember how bad the smell was that he's like spraying and stuff?
Yeah. Well, I mean, he was standing inside there with him, so that's completely different. But
Yeah. Yeah.
about 35, 45 minutes.
Yeah. Be a man.
Somebody open a window.
Yeah, good impression. But yeah, this dude's whole page is that. It's just saying rude, what did I say it was? Like chauvinistic
Yeah.
things. Like, yeah.
It's all for satire, guys. Jeez.
Yeah, 100%.
It's a joke.
He's got a book, The Ultimate Guide. It's like the ultimate guide on how to be the rudest
Well,
man.
this book right here next to it
Yeah.
is the Bro Code from How I Met Your Mother. Barney Stinson he's a player in the show, and he wrote the Bro Code.
So it's funny. He's trying to put his book right next to the bro code.
I mean, I own the Bro Code.
Like you own the book?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. And it's got just about everything you could think of. They're like, yeah, that makes sense. Oh, yeah, man law. Yeah, Bro Code. Yeah, it makes sense for it to be in there. Yeah.
Nice.
So we'll have to crack it open one day on the show.
Yeah, we need to.
So, but man, I gotta say a shout out to Denton County.
Yep.
Denton County Brewing. Seth, you guys are doing a phenomenal job over there. The Lonesome Kolsch. It's a phenomenal beer. I mean, it has been a long time since we've opened up 2 beers.
It's been a while.
And totally worth it. That's the reason why you're getting a 5. Because it's just that good.
Top notch Kolsch.
So make it out to Denton County. One thing that I really liked about their place as well is that they always have a hand pull, like an old school like English hand pull.
Yeah.
On tap. When I was there the first time, they had it was an English brown ale. This time they had like an American red. Personally, I say only use stuff from across the pond as far as like different styles. But if you have never had anything out of a hand pull, you need to.
Why? Tell me why.
So it's the best of both worlds between between CO2 and nitrous.
Okay.
So the things I don't like about nitrous are like it's creamy,
no
it's
carbonation,
soft and smooth. It almost tastes flat.
Yeah.
But you get a tiny bit of the carbonation, but you get the creamy, the smoothness, everything that you like about the nitrous without it being like flat.
Okay.
It's weird. It's like lightly carbed, and I'm like, you get like the best of both worlds.
Right. When we were there, did you get one off the hand pull?
I did not, only because they had an American red. I'm not a big fan of an American red. If they would have had an Irish red or like or even their English brown again, I'd have been like, let's do it. Because when we went previously, a bunch of the guys got flights, and then a guy got one of my buddies got just a hand pull just to pass it around and let us all try it.
Yeah, yeah.
And it was phenomenal.
Huh.
It's great. Yeah.
So yeah, the opportunity to go. Opportunity to get the hand pull.
Yes.
Nice.
Yes. But shout out to Denton County. But thank you guys for tuning in and listening, and make sure to follow us online at _Dudes and Brews. But we're out of here.
Peace. Cheers. This is really good beer, man.
We appreciate you guys tuning in for another episode of Dudes and Brews. If you haven't yet, please subscribe to the show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, whatever platform you're on. We're on there. We have a YouTube channel, Dudes and Brews. We would love if you would subscribe there as well. If you are subscribed and you want to help us out just a little more, unsubscribe and resubscribe again. It sounds funny and stupid and kind of obnoxious, all of the subscribing and resubscribing and stuff, but it helps in these little algorithms games for like climbing the charts, because again, we are organic and we are where we are because of you guys.
Yeah, we really do appreciate your support. Shout us out. We really do love it when you guys interact with us, when you add us, mention us, put us on your stories, tag us, all that fun stuff, all the stuff the kids are doing. We like grabbing that stuff and we put it up for you guys. So we appreciate you so much. Keep having fun, drinking them brews, hanging with them dudes. Tune in next week for another episode of Dudes and Brews.